Good morning. We'll start a new chapter, Pollution of Air and Water, Session 1. So, in this chapter, we'll be studying, basically the name of the lesson only will tell you, we are studying about pollution of air and water. That means how our air and water is polluted, what is the cause for pollution, what are the pollutants, that is substances which make them pollute, and how can we prevent them. So, these are all steps what we take or what we understand in this lesson about air and water pollution. And how are these affecting, or what about these consequences, how is it affecting in our environment, we'll learn in this lesson. It's a very basic and a general topic, children, where it's only by discussion or just by reading few points we will understand, nothing more concept wise what I have to explain you here. Now basically when we talk about, first we'll discuss about air pollution and then we'll discuss about water pollution. Now when we talk about air, our atmosphere is nothing but envelope of air or blanket of air, what we can tell. So atmosphere is filled with lot many gases. Air is nothing but mixture of gases. What type of gases? So it is filled with 78 major portion of our atmospheric gas is filled with nitrogen, which is 78%. Then comes 21% of oxygen and 1% of remaining other gases like argon, etc. Many other gases which are present. It consists of 78% and 28% of oxygen. So, along with the combination of several other gases and along with combination of several other pollutants also, which will pollute our atmosphere. Now, how does our atmosphere gets polluted? By previous chapter, we understood that we are disturbing the ecological balance, right? There we understood how carbon dioxide is getting excess in the atmosphere. Excess of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere leads to the pollution because it cannot maintain the cycle. As you know that there are biogeochemical cycles, nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle and carbon dioxide cycle, where all these gases are balanced in our atmosphere, right? If in case there is imbalance of these gases, that causes pollution. But what are the causes for that? Due to some ecological imbalances. Now each and everything, now conserving of forest and wildlife, when we studied, there also we understood about global warming, cutting down of trees. One reason we understood global warming, flooding, rains, right? So these are several other reasons which will give it to the pollution of the atmosphere as well. Let's get to the point. We'll understand what is air pollution definition wise. The phenomenon of contamination of air with unwanted substances so that it becomes harmful for living organism as well as for non-living substances is known as air pollution. Now pollution of air is called as air pollution is a general thing what we tell, but definition wise if I ask you what is air pollution, this is the definition. So it is a phenomenon of contamination of the air with unwanted substances which becomes harmful for living organism as well as non-living substance. Now you can ask me why non-living substance will come into this. It will affect only living organism, right? Non-living organisms, non-living substances as well. Monuments and all will get what you can say, monuments will get cracked or they get old or many several defects what we can find in monuments. Monuments is one just example what I gave you. But even non-living substances also get affected by this atmospheric pollution. What are the sources of air pollution? Power plants, factories, automobiles, burning of firewood. Now I need not stress more on this key. How are these sources? You know power plants. So in power plants what happens? Energy is created, right? So enormous amount of fuel is burned, lots of pollution. Factories, you very well know. Automobiles, you know that. So that's what I was telling you children. There is nothing much what I have to explain here. Rather you know the things what happens. Types of air pollutants. Now what are pollutants? Substance which pollute the air are called as air pollutants, right? What are those substances? Name some air pollutant. If it is asked, carbon monoxide, smog, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, chlorofluorocarbon, suspended particulate matter. These are some pollutants which causes air pollution. Now, how does this add to air pollution? Let us understand in one or two points. Carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a poisonous colorless gas which is produced during the incomplete combustion of or incomplete burning of fossil fuels. You know what are fossil fuels, and you also know what is complete and incomplete combustion and burning, right? So when there is an incomplete combustion, we studied this in the combustion part, there emits the carbon monoxide. What is a smoke? It is a combination of a fog and a smoke that creates a smog, which is presently Delhi. The smog here, you can much very well correlate. Sulfur dioxide. Combustion of fuel gives out the poisonous gases, which is sulfur dioxide is one in them. Nitrogen dioxide, again it is caused due to the incomplete burning of fuels. Chlorofluorocarbon, you very well know that chlorofluorocarbon is released from the refrigerator, air condition and from the aerosol sprays. What happens if chlorofluorocarbon is released from these sources? It will, what you can say is, it will affect the ozone layer. Ozone layer wherein it protects us from the harmful UV rays of the sun. Suspended particulate matter. Now, suspended particulate matter are the tiny matters or the tiny particles which remains suspended in the air for a very long time, or it permanently remains. So, this polluted or suspended particles remains there, and that leads to further pollution. See what could happen? Respiratory tract infection could happen. Lung infection could happen, breathing problem could happen, right? Congestion in your chest could happen, because simply assume that you have eaten something and it just got stuck in your throat, right? You're not able to swallow properly. Imagine that was a food particle which just got stuck, right? Such several small particles are suspended in your body, suspended in your lungs, which makes difficulty in breathing, because those particles are suspended. You will not come to know when you take in air, when you take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. True, our nostrils as well as the bronchi, there are some villi or hair-like structure which will filter these particles before the air is sent inside, before the oxygen is sent inside. But still, how much it can filter? If the whole air itself is polluted, it can filter to its maximum level, right? So those suspended particles get into our body, difficult in breathing, congestion, lung infection, breathing problem, many such problems can occur. Along with that, the oil refinery, Mathura oil refinery, which is just beside or very close to Taj Mahal in Agra, due to the particulate matter or the suspended particle or those particles which are let out from the oil refinery, has caused actually yellowing of the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is no longer white in color, the marble white shining or finishing. We do not have that now. It's turned almost yellow. That's because of the Mathura oil refinery, which is just located beside near Taj Mahal. So these are few types of air pollutants and how they how they make the air more polluted. How do we prevent them? So basically, if all these points one by one if I talk about, so we can prevent them by using much and more cleaner fuel, like LPG can be used. So even in the automobiles, a cleaner fuel can be used, or unleaded petrol can be used, right? So get your automobile checked for your emission test so that it does not release much of smoke. All these things can be done to prevent air pollution. Go green. Nowadays even there are so many vehicles which electric vehicles are there. So go for such vehicles, or even the autos and all. They run on the CNG part, right? We have discussed about LPG, CNG, all this thing in the previous chapter. I need not repeat that. It's just a repetition, children, what we have done. As I had told, this chapter is much self-explanatory than me explaining it to you anything. So use of renewable sources of energy like solar energy, wind energy, hydel energy, etc., through which we can conserve this. So let's see remaining few more points. Now, as air gets polluted, more and more poisonous gases are in the atmosphere, which causes more and more carbon dioxide or these gases, which leads to further greenhouse effect and other things. Let's understand few more concepts about air pollution. So The next part of the air pollution is we'll understand what is acid rain. Now what is acid rain? Now basically with all the causes, with all the pollutants which are present in the air, that is for example as we studied the particulate matter, then carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, so all these poisonous gases which are present in the atmosphere, that's what the gases like sulfur and nitrogen, these gases will react with water vapor present in the environment to form sulfuric acid and nitric acid, quite strong acids which they are. This acid drops down with the rain, making the acid rain. So when these gases, when they mix with the water vapor which is present in the environment and it forms as an acid, that is sulfuric acid and nitric acid, they come down along with the form of a rain which causes acid rain. Imagine this acid is fallen on a monuments, marbles, etc. What will happen? That will make the decolorizing of the monuments, or it can also corrode the outer layer of the monument. So what could be the major causes for air pollution? This acid rain is a major cause where it is corroding the monuments, especially like Taj Mahal. So what are the causes of air pollution in Agra and effects on Agra's Taj Mahal? One thing what was happening is due to the particulate matter which was spread or which was released from the Mathura oil refinery which was just located near Taj Mahal. So those particulate matter was actually decolorizing the Taj Mahal, right? And slowly it will start corroding the marble. So decolorizing, or we can say the decaying of the marble, is called as marble cancer. So this cancer, what we say is about the marble part. If the marble is getting decolorized, along with that it starts decaying within, that is known as marble cancer. One more question, what is marble cancer, can be asked. And also the causes of air pollution on Agra's Taj Mahal is another one reason is acid rain and another is marble cancer. How we can prevent it? We can prevent it by, if industry starts using more and more cleaner fuel. If they switch on to the cleaner fuel, then the old usual regular what they are using. Next is greenhouse effect. We know that these all one or the other reasons will get affected on the atmosphere. One is greenhouse effect. Through greenhouse effect that leads to a global warming. What is greenhouse effect? So what happens exactly in the greenhouse effect? Trapping of heat by gases. So all the heat is trapped. So that is because of which type of gases we can tell here is carbon dioxide. Increase in the temperature of the earth causing global warming. So when these gases are trapped inside our atmosphere, especially that is carbon dioxide, it increases more and more heat and that leads to further global warming. How it traps? Let us understand. So as a part of solar radiation cause warming of the earth's surface. That is a natural thing where the solar radiation is the sun's heat, sun's energy that heats up the earth's surface. But what is happening? More and more energy is liberated, more and more heat is accumulated. A part of the solar radiation is reflected back, which is trapped by earth atmosphere. So whatever rays are given to the earth, it will again reflect back. That cycle continues. But what will happen? These rays will not get escaped from earth's atmosphere only. So these gases get accumulated here. Since when there is more amount of these gases, which one? Carbon dioxide, that gave rise to a greenhouse effect, because that carbon, see, we require carbon dioxide in one level or one amount. More and more carbon dioxide being accumulated here, which is trapped inside, which cannot escape the atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere, that leads to the greenhouse effect. Since this greenhouse effect leads to further global warming. Why? Because our earth gets heated up more and more, which in turn causes global warming. Now all these consequences and causes will again create ecological imbalance. That also creates, we understood. See, yesterday's chapter, the previous session chapter, what we studied about conservation of plant and animals. Then we studied what leads to the greenhouse effect and global warming. It is the same thing what we are studying here. What are these greenhouse gases? Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide and water vapor. Another important question, what are greenhouse gases? You can just write this. So this greenhouse gases, this effect will give rise to global warming. What happens if there is a global warming? You know how the climatic changes takes place. Uneven climatic changes takes place. There will be a melting of glaciers, increase in sea level, and many such things happening. Then another more important concept what we have to study here in air pollution is about ozone layer. We all know what is a ozone layer. So ozone layer, it protects us from the harmful UV rays which are given by the sun. So this protects us. So how should we prevent or how should we save the ozone layer? I cannot tell you that stop using refrigerators and ACs and aerosol sprays, but there are some steps taken to actually minimize the use or minimize the gases which are led by this to save our ozone layer so that the harmful radiation do not enter our earth, right? So this is all about air pollution, children. So we understood what is air pollution, causes, prevention, what are pollutants, that is what causes this air pollution, what are the consequences happening with respect to that, we understood. Similarly, let us now understand what is water pollution. So, similarly like air pollution, let's understand what is water pollution. Water pollution is addition of harmful substances to water as a result of which its physical, chemical and biological properties get altered, which is called as water pollution. Pollution of water is called as water pollution is a common thing what we know. Definition wise if you have to understand, it is the addition of these harmful substances into water which result in the physical, chemical and biological properties to be changed. Changes in these things will get altered. That causes a water pollution. So what are the pollutants? The substances which pollute the water are called as water pollutants. What are the different types of water pollutants? Domestic sewage, industrial waste, agricultural waste and release of superheated water. Let's just understand few points about how domestic sewage, industrial waste, agricultural waste and etc. will lead to the further water pollution. Now when we talk about a domestic sewage, people wash their clothes, right? Food wastage is thrown, detergents, these all causes disease causing pathogens in the water. As well, the fecal matter which is present in the bacteria, they urinate. So all these things will create or all these things will release some harmful bacteria in water which further causes some harmful diseases. Industrial waste which are rich in toxic like arsenic, fluorides, lead etc. These poisonous things when they are let into the water, they also affect the soil as well as the groundwater as well as the fertility of the soil gets altered. You know when soil fertility gets altered, what happens? Agricultural waste which is rich in weedicides and pesticides. A pesticide is to kill the pest and weedicide is to kill the weeds. So when they are rich in these, that will mix with the groundwater, right? So immediately the groundwater when it mixes, further also what happens, there can be a death in the water bodies like fishes, other aquatic organisms etc. which also changes the fertility of the soil as well. Release of superheated water. Now what is the superheated water? A type of the contaminated or the type of water which is released from the nuclear power plants and from the major big factories. So this water when it is let causes thermal pollution in water which will alter the water temperature. Now the water bodies which are there in temperature are maintained with some water temperature, right? They have a particular temperature in which they can survive. If there is an alteration in the temperature, sudden increase and decrease in temperature, that will affect the water body with this lots many aquatic organism, fishes, it will lead to death. These are causes. Now let us see how to prevent water pollution. So let's understand methods of preventing water pollution. Industrial waste must be chemically treated, that is before the industrial waste is let into the water, it should be chemically treated. So it's an additional work for them, but it has to be done and then let out. Disposal of human and animal excreta into the water should be avoided. Sewage must be treated before releasing it into the rivers, right? So all this should be chemically done before it is released into the water. Conservation of water. How can we conserve the water? We can conserve the water by reusing the waste water from the kitchen. For example, in the kitchen, what we use water for washing vessels, etc., or washing vegetables, etc., can be used in our garden to water the plants, right? So reuse the water as much as possible. Rainwater harvesting also adds up to this. So we need not discuss much about rainwater harvesting. So there are certain steps what is to be followed in rainwater harvesting. So that is again leads to the conservation of water. So this water can be used for gardening, washing your car, etc. Potable water. Now, when I talk about also, before I move to this conservation of water, we also can give our contribution in conserving water. For example, unnecessary when you are brushing your teeth or washing your face or washing your car. So, right, do not leave the tap open unless it is required. Turn off the tap when it is not in use. Or if you have a leaky tap or the tap is leaking, fix it so that that water wastage is not happening. Potable water, not portable, it is potable. The water which is fit for drinking is called as a potable water. So how do we obtain this potable water? So how do we obtain, how do we get good water in our home? So there are methods, right? One is physical method, one is chemical method. So here physical method is like boiling the water. Apart from that, what do? We use AquaGuard, right? For all these things are physically refining or cleaning. We use filters, candles, etc. That will give us the clean and pure water which is fit for drinking. Then we have chemical method. Chemical method is use of chlorine tablets. Chlorine is also used as a disinfectant which can clean the water, what we can say. Last part in this lesson is about eutrophication. This is present of excess nutrients in the water. Nutrients in what way? The type of nutrients which is actually present in the stagnant water. So now you can correlate. In stagnant water, excess of nutrients which is present called as eutrophication. So what happens when this eutrophication causes, eutrophication happens? So that leads to the growing of more and more bacteria in the water. So when more and more bacteria grow, they die, they decompose, and these decomposers will take up more and more amount of oxygen present in the water. So when more amount of oxygen is taken up by the decomposers, then the oxygen level in the water reduces, which actually kills the aquatic organism. So this is all about the chapter pollution of air and water. So we understood what is air pollution, pollutants, causes, prevention. Similar with water pollution, causes, pollutants and prevention. So let us contribute some part from our side, how much ever possible, to conserve our planet Earth from air pollution and water pollution.